Hi guys, welcome to this week and last week's review of Spearhead. If you're wondering why there was nothing last week, this is my phone. Behold, I press the buttons, nothing happens. Oh, nope. A little line flashes across the screen occasionally. It bricked on me. To be fair, it took a kettlebell to the face about 3 weeks to a month ago, and it's been working reasonably well since then, but yeah, last week it bricked on me and left me unable to do pretty much anything. Let me get this straightened up. So I'm on a new phone, which could be good, could be absolute shite. Let's get some better fucking lighting. No, that doesn't work either. That's better. Yeah, so I had 2 copies of Spearhead since last we spoke. One of them has just been sitting around while I tried to source another phone because I have no fucking money. And the other one I just got yesterday, technically the day before because it's silly o'clock in the morning today. So without further ado, let's do a 2-for-1 review. First one we're reviewing is going to be Spearhead number 6. Now, Spearhead number 6 comes with Rhinox hide and Cantor blue, which is your basic base ultramarine blue. Rhinox hide is a nice dark rich brown. You could use it for leather if you're just basing and highlighting. Personally, I prefer some of the old leathers and some of the stuff available from Army Painter, but let's go online and let's see how much these cost. Yep, these ones are in the 275 range, which have got all the layers. This is a base. Where are the bases? Contrast, the 475. Show more. Bases, yeah, 275. So 2 times 275 is 550, and that's all you're getting with this issue. So for £9 you're getting £5.50's worth of paints. There's another one where the magazine's going to have to be the player in this, and it's another one where the magazine has ripped. This has been a recurring problem throughout this run. It wasn't through some of the previous runs, but there we go. This month we're talking about Ashki, or Akshi, the Realm of Fire. GW loves spelling things with weird spellings. That's just fucking great. We have this beautiful map, which would have made a nice little poster or centerpiece had these 2 center holes not fucked it. That's slightly annoying, but it's a very nice map, giving you a picture of the realm of Akshi, which gives you, it does give you a good idea that each realm is actually its own world, if a little small. God damn it, this is getting on my tits. It goes on about Hammerfall, Hallowheart, and the Nor. Nor's with a Skavenhar, Hallowheart is Realm of Chaos, Hammerfall is a City of Sigmar. So each group has their own representation. And then it goes to the Redeemer Conclaves. Redeemer Conclaves are the heart and soul of a warrior chamber, blending defensive and offensive capabilities. So apparently they're quite offensive. Probably bad language, drinking, belching, farting, you know, that kind of thing. It then goes on to cover Liberators and Vindicators, which are 2 other types of models. You can get the Liberators being the older models with the hammers, although they've updated them since then, and the Vindicators being the newer kind of lighter spear / myrmidon styles. You then have Vanquishers, who are your swordmen, and a lovely picture of a giant there, which is available with the magazine if you go with the premium. and then some. You've then got the Justicar conclaves, guys with massive bolt cannons and things like that. And it's like, found in every chamber, Justicar conclaves are the ranged strike teams who bring death to the foe from afar. And yet they're still in full massive Sigmarite plate. So it covers Vanguard Raptors, who are kind of long range, Vigilators, who are basically kind of skirmishy hunter dudes. Then it gives you the rules for and the war scroll for Karnas the Seeker, who we got last week. He's actually a pretty cool model. Who I have built and over there somewhere. Fractured Memories, which goes through on how the guys are built and things like that. So covering the time of plague and unexpected alloys, etc., etc. Then, yeah, that's right. Because of course, what I care about as well, not the to paint. Right, gets torn. But it's got the how to paint, which uses the Cantor blue, which is a nice deep blue there. It's a good Sigmarite base blue. You'll probably want to lighten it up as you go because it is quite dark, but use it as a base, use others as highlights. Going through, telling you how to paint. It's using the Rhinox hide as the base for the rats and the rat ogres. Again, it's a nice dark base. Again, you want to dry brush that up before you continue. Sorry, you want to dry brush it up after you've based it, and that's the entire magazine. So, went through that one very quickly. Did I miss something? Nice map, nice things. Yeah, it's got some good background, some good justifications of the units as a larger whole. But not even a mission to play. So, issue 6. If you missed it, you're not missing much. I've been able to review that in 7 minutes according to the timer on my phone, on my new phone, which is in fact an old phone because I had to borrow an old phone. But now we have what looks much more promising, issue 7. Dee-do-dee-die. Weirdly enough, they've doubled up a little bit on this one because you've got issue 7 with some beautiful artwork on the front of the Skaven. You've got not only half the clan rats you're getting with this. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, I'm vanishing down here. Dice. But not only half the clan rats you're getting with the issue, you're getting another handful of dice, which is good because you will need them as time goes by, and these plastic rulers, which I actually really like. I've got one already from I believe that came from a 40k starter set. It has the Warhammer hammer. But they're really good because they can go over the top. You can center the little hammer on someone's head if you need to get the center of the model. Yeah, these are actually pretty nifty. It would have made more sense to pack these with the paints and bulk out issue 6, but that's not what they did, strangely. Only 6 dice, but even 6 dice again would have bulked out that value a little bit. The Skaven, let's have a look and see how much the Skaven cost online. Give you a price on this one. Oh, that's a Blood Bowl team. Plague Monks, Night Runners, Clan Rats. Clan Rats are 32.50, so half of that is 15, 16, 16.25. So for £9.99 you're getting £16.25 worth of models, so that's a solid saving. Plus this ruler, which has got to be worth at least £1 of anyone's money, and 6 dice. They're not the best dice, but they're not the worst dice, which again probably worth £1 or two. So yeah, you're probably getting 70, yeah, you're probably getting like 18, 19 pounds worth of stuff. Today's prices where everything goes up, maybe up to 20 pounds worth of stuff for £9.99. So issue 7 actually good value for money. Issue 6 really struggling to make it worthwhile. Yeah, issue 6 is just 2 paints, not even a paintbrush. Really quite anticlimactic. Oh wow, and even the pages aren't breaking. So yeah, skip issue 6, buy issue 7, or buy issue 6 just for completeness. So starting off with how to build the clan rats, which is good. I do like the clan rats. They are the core of any Skaven army. The clans and councils of the Skaven, which is nice. The Skaven are a divided people, from the lowliest clan rat to the mightiest claw lord, all plot and scheme against each other constantly. Amidst this mayhem, a semblance of order is imposed on the Skaven by a system of great clans, all known for their distinct cultures, tactics, and roles in the wider Skaven society. Apparently. Then it goes through to explain the Council of 13, which is in fact 12 Skaven and the Great Horned Rat. It then, page is tearing off the second page. Oh well. Clan Verminous, the Iron Fist of the Skaven, who provide the muscle. Clan Pestilence, who basically cover diseases and that. Clan Scryer, who harvest warpstone to build wonders and horrors and machines. Clan Moulder, who basically breed giant rats and the rat ogres that we previously got. Clan Eshin, who are the assassins, and the master clan. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you've got 6 different clans there. I always thought there were 13 clans, but never mind. I was probably wrong. Skaven didn't have a great reputation in earlier editions, particularly in fantasy, because of the way they were written. I've gone over this before in other videos as to why everyone hates the Skaven or hated the Skaven. One of the issues was that whoever wrote them cheated. The people who wrote the rules created a system where the people who wrote the rules in fantasy initially created a system where there were rules for costs to give you a rough idea how much everything cost and how good something was. And they had issues like if a model was weak, to the point where it was worth less than 5 points, it got its weapons at half points cost because it was ineffectively using them. And Skaven had a very low leadership. Meaning they were much more likely in early editions to break. However, they also had a thing where if they formed units above a certain size, every additional rank of them gave them +1 leadership. In addition to that, to make up for the fact that they had such low leadership, they had slightly better initiative than most people, but +1 initiative compared to a standard human, which was what everything was based on at the time, and +1 movement compared to a standard human, moving 6 inches, and I believe having an initiative of 6 as well, but I'm not sure on that. Which meant that for half a point less and all their weapons at half price, they had effectively leadership 10, because that's where it maxed out, +1 movement and +1 initiative, which meant they attacked first, over a human and over basics. So they were remarkably cheap and in every measurable way better. And as anybody who plays any army that has a conditional weakness will tell you, you make sure that you don't meet the conditions of that weakness, or you make sure you meet the conditions to counteract that weakness. So no one ever played with units of Skaven less than 10, less than 5 or 6 ranks deep. They always played with enough so that even if they took some heavy casualties, those big clan rat units would still have higher initiative than everyone else around them. You had vermin. You had specialist units that might suffer from the lower weakness, but a lot of the specialist units, like the assassins, had slightly better leadership anyway. Like the gutter runners had slightly better leadership. You had the clan slaves, who basically were just huge numbers of incredibly weak clan rats, but again, or at least in the fluff, but again, they just really weren't that bad. Sorry, I just cut my leg. Just scratched something. Ow. Anyway, blood for the blood god. I'm pretty sure Khorne doesn't care if it flows from scratching yourself. But that meant that the Skaven army had a significant advantage points-wise over everybody else. They had more they were supposed to have unreliable magic, but the magic often worked out as being more reliable. They had crazy weaponry that went off more often than not. It got to the point where in some tournaments they were literally a banned faction. Some tournament organisers just wouldn't let you play Skaven because they had such an advantage. And kind of cheating is a rat thing, but not a game thing. There's a little history lesson from way back in the day. After the explanation of things, we've got moving and charging. All of our units have been basically face to face, smashing each other up until now, but now we've got moving and charging. I don't know why they couldn't have put that in issue 6 as well. It just, nothing to play in issue 6, some paints and a nice explanation of how Sigmarites work that could have easily made space for this. But yeah, covering the movement phase, using that nifty ruler you've got, covering running, unit coherency, all things like that. All pretty standard if you've played any of the previous iterations, but good for this. And then again the charge phase, and then battle movement tutorial. So a mission to play, rules explanation and a mission to play, and more than the magazine's value in stuff. Issue 7 is a star player this week. Scurry forth. You will need the Lord Veritant, the Liberators, the Rat Ogres, the Battle Mat, the Dice, the Wound Markers, and a Measuring Stick. So you're getting to use multiple units. That's pretty cool. I'm going to enjoy trying that out with Max. As always, they've got example turns, which I've got to admit I'm really liking, because as a parent, where I'm teaching Max how to play this for the first time, it means I can see how it should go, and if it doesn't go that way, I can explain to him how it should go, and he learns a good lesson about the vagaries of the dice cuts, which is nice. Then again, it gives you a little blurb for what you say if you get the Skaven victory, and a little blurb for what you say if you get the Stormcast victory. And again, oh dear, more wound tokens, which I think they're going to keep giving you, because as you get more models, we need more wound tokens. And the basic Spearhead collection. And then, as always, with the back page, turn away if you don't want spoilers for next week. Issue 8 is Clan Rats Part 2. It is worth noting, if you are building a Skaven army, Clan Rats are the mainstay of your army, and having a huge swarm of them doesn't hurt. So if you wanted to pick up 2 copies of this, and then 2 copies of next week's, that would be a way of saving, about 30%-ish, give or take, on your Clan Rats. it just says clown rats, then it just said clown rats on the back of issue yeah, for issue 6 it said clown rats, for issue 7 it said clown rats, for issue 8. So you'll be at least getting the second half of the clown rats, maybe a few bits and pieces. We'll have to see what happens next week. Okay, sorry about the delay. As I say, my technology did fail me. Whee. Oh, you see a flash of light there. But yeah, like I say, a kettlebell fell on it because I'm trying to take care of my fitness. Apparently. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have fun with your Spearhead magazines. I'm gonna build these. Oh, I haven't done a big review of these actually, did I? Sort of went quickly past them, but let's have a look at these. These are very pretty. The Skaven models have always been very good. I think I first encountered them in Advanced Hero Quest, but they were out before then. You've got some banner bearers, you've got some guys with flags, some guys with swords, and a guy with a guy with a bell there. They're always very busy models, but where they're going to be rusty and covered in muck, you can go without adding too much detail to them, which I think is very nice and very clever. The copyright on this sprue is 2024, so you're looking 2 years old models, which is pretty new in the grand scheme of things. I doubt they're looking to be replaced anytime soon, and frankly every rat's going to look different and a mess anyway, so even if they do, it's not really going to matter. Okay, there we go. I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.